with another reaction video. This time, we are looking at Train Wreck Disasters, Episode 18, 2005 Glendale, California train crash 15 years later by Railfan K-Train Productions. Everybody's being inspired by Thunderbolt, and especially Angel Brock, who's considering telling me about these videos, recommending me to these videos to look at, because apparently Angel Brock is not tired of me looking at train crashes yet. Next time, recommend me to try not to laugh or something. Or you can keep going with your trains. That's up to you. I ain't gonna force you. It ain't gonna hurt my feelings. But anyway, can we get at least one like on this video? I can't think. Can we get at least one like? Because that'll help me to think, to believe we're getting closer to 2,500 crew members. I believe we can do it. Do you believe we can do it? Because I believe we can do it. So without further ado, here we go! Caution is loud. Wait. Sorry. I don't mean to trash this person. I'm not trying to be mean. It's just the fact that I see directed, edited, and narrator by... I'm not going to be mean. People usually say that at the beginning.
Picture this.
It's viewer discretion is advised, not viewer discussion. Moving on. Okay. You know.
Picture this. You're driving a Metrolink cab car.
Another person trying to sound like Thunderbolt.
You're making good time, and you're about to approach a station until you saw an abandoned vehicle on the track. You try to hit the brakes, but it's too late. But however, you have another train coming in the opposite direction, and a train that's just parked in the siding. Apparently, it can turn into a 3-train crash, right? Well, you'd be wrong.
You'd be wrong!
In Glendale, California, 15 years ago today. This is the story of the 2005 Glendale, California train crash.
I can barely see that in front of the white train.
In the morning hours on January 26, 2005, and rush hour period, Metrolink northbound train 901 leaving Los Angeles, normally carrying between 30 to 50 passengers. The train had 1 locomotive and 3 passenger cars, with F59PH 873 in the lead, followed behind 3 passenger cars, number 177, 148, and cab car 623 in the back of the train.
First off, my numbers! Second, he sounds pretty nervous reading this stuff.
Passengers could go to their planes.
I'm talking bad about this man.
Meanwhile, in the opposite direction, another train, Metrolink southbound train 100, was approaching Los Angeles from Mer Park, normally carrying between 200 and 250 passengers. The train had 3 passenger cars and 1 locomotive, with cab car 625 in the lead, 2 coaches 133 and 197, and F59PHI 886 pushing in the rear.
Even more numbers!
In Glendale, Los Angeles, nearby Chevy Chase Drive railroad crossing, in the nearby cash retail store, a Union Pacific freight train was waiting its turn on the siding to deliver track barriers to repair tracks on the former Southern Pacific Railroad coastline, which has been washed out by major January 2005 rainstorms. The freight train had 2 locomotives.
Don't be mean. I'm trying not to be mean. But it's like he's trying to say it live on TV or in front of a bunch of people on stage or something, and he's like trying to take his time, but at the same time he's just completely looking down at the paper. He's not looking up to look confident,
spotted a car which is
and he's very hesitant. That's what he sounds like.
Albert who was about to commit suicide.
And he
but
probably
changed his
did
mind.
this in like,
The engineer put
okay,
the
probably
brakes
not
into
one
emergency
take. I'm sure he
about
practiced,
800
but
feet
probably like
before
a
the
few
car,
takes, but not
but
enough.
it was too late.
Which I will give him credit, though. He's trying to do this where others would probably not. What the heck happened to my screen? Why am I seeing the seatbelt?
Commuter train 100 collided with the car, which has been abandoned on the
That
track.
was weird. Anyway, like I was saying, he's braver than most people because a lot of people would be really nervous and like.
One was to stand in Union Pacific freight train, while
some people would be like not
train
thinking and just do it in one take.
In the opposite direction.
I've rarely ever seen that happen, but
Metroid train 100
it happens.
And 901 derailed. The lead engine of the Union Pacific freight train also derailed as well. 11 passengers were killed in this collision, while 177 were injured. Until the wreck of
why am I talking bad about this man? I'm trying to be nice.
Collision, it was the worst wreck in Metroid's history. But people are wondering, how can this tragedy happen like this? Can it easily been avoided?
No. I mean,
the
yeah.
National Transportation
probably
Safety Board,
not
or
guaranteed.
TSB, team investigates the crash. The Brotherhood,
like some people say, nothing's guaranteed in life.
Assisted the NTSB. The Glendale Police
And that would have kissed me
Department
to all be
led the
rich.
crime investigation, assisted by the Union Pacific Police Department and the Los Angeles County Sheriff's Department, and then the crime case was tried in Los Angeles County.
So video critic goes for News 4, ABC7, and Randy Snellgrove. Why are you not giving any credit to Air 7?
By Everson on the tracks at the Chow Chase Drive gate crossing.
He can barely read the paper. Why am I talking bad about this man? But he can barely read his paper.
Undercover.
Does he need me to narrate
one
of his documentaries? I can, free of charge. It's not gonna bother me.
Car of the Metroid train, racing it up, causing the train to derail.
I'm used to reading stuff on paper. This would be nothing.
Jackknife hitting.
I'm good. I was good. I was awesome in English.
The standard freight train
for the most part.
And the swipe of the rear car of the northbound 901 Metroid passenger train. This caused the rear cars of the northbound train to derail, and at least one car roll over onto its side. A fire involved.
They should edit the audio where he doesn't sound like he's hesitant.
Diesel fuel. The root cause of the accident was the driver of the automobile.
The root cause of the accident. Why am I talking bad about this man?
In California, who dropped and left his vehicle on the track while about to commit suicide.
Said if you don't leave this man alone,
flashes
so
stabbed himself.
Hesitant. I don't want to say he's bad. I just want to say he's hesitant, and he didn't really take his time. He could have just practiced reading it before he recorded his voice.
Because he was unable to move his vehicle due to the rain and gravity and the stuck of the railroad tracks. He abandoned
You're still talking bad about him. I don't care!
Southbound train approach. But however, there are some results that Allison may have inflicted the wonders on himself after the crash, based on some earlier reports by witnesses.
It's probably even like he's just breathing. Every time he just breathes hard. It sounds like he's breathing pretty hard.
Like the often maiden rail disaster.
Well, okay, not really.
The King United.
But when you hear the breathing, you know something's not right.
Occurred only 3 months previously, fought in the case that the driver of the car stayed inside the car and was killed. Early result of the incident being as a terrorist attack was dismissed as no narrative of any terrorist attacks locations.
Calm down.
Caused tension to the train.
Not everybody can do this.
Was the cab cars. Many Metroid
he's brave enough to try. This is probably one of his early videos. Maybe he was like just getting started around this point. I don't know.
Just like New Jersey Transit.
He probably did better as he did more of his videos. Maybe. I don't know. I don't even know this guy.
Was returning from Los Angeles.
I'm sure he's a nice fella. And I ain't trying to be mean.
The first car was a special
but he should have taken his time.
For the engineer at the end. This push-pull.
Ain't giving credit to Air 7.
Maintenance and other cab cars to reverse the train destination. This was
I don't even know what the heck's going on because I've been so focused on this guy narrating.
Accident worse. Claims
I mean,
that if the heavier locomotive,
he's trying to narrate to her.
was leading the train instead of the cab car, the casualties might have been reduced.
Stop it!
In the end, cab car 625, two coaches 133 and 148 was damaged beyond repair and scrapped.
Was damaged? Word damage. Check your grammar, bro. Stop!
As a training bed after the crash, but sadly it was finally destroyed in 2019. Union Pacific ST-70M.
And you went to Wikipedia of all places? No!
Back in service and continues to operate in service.
They'll tell you in school, do not use Wikipedia. At least that's what they told me in school. Do not go to Wikipedia. Go to other like sources, because Wikipedia is not 100% accurate.
EFX ST-40-231 were undamaged and quickly
this whole time I've been making fun of this guy.
In 2010, Metrolink F-59PH 8.
I don't even know what's been going on with this disaster. I don't feel like rewinding it either because I'm wasting space on my laptop.
Immediately following the accident, Metrolink personnel ran off the first cars in all their trains. Passengers were seated starting in the second car. Metrolink guarantee mobilized its progress as of 2007.
He cannot read.
No!
Don't say that. Don't say that. Don't say that. Don't you say that. Don't you say that. Don't you say that. Don't you say that.
Strapping is still not framed in the
stop.
Most the first car just behind the engineer's cab. The day following the incident,
okay, calm down.
Police investigates in the similar copycat incident that occurred in a different area in California when a man parked his car on
he's stuttering. Why?
And later arrested. Metrolink Pass was restored through the accident site on the following Monday. On June,
this is like trying not to laugh at me. He's actually trying to be serious about this.
Of his farewell to his family and his high school sweetheart, which he wrote in his blood on the train carriage. A year after the accident, there was 1 year anniversary in which
there was 1 year anniversary.
Gathered to remember and for continuing support. Attorneys from Ringer Law.
Oh, this is trying not to. It's not trying not to laugh. It's trying not to cringe.
Brian Spanish and Joan Springer
filed this man alone.
In June
this man alone.
Victims, claiming that the engineer saw the vehicle about 3.5 miles away.
I should have known what I was getting into when I saw directed, edited, air narrator by.
2009.
Why?
The Los Angeles Times.
Why?
Lake had responded to the agreement of the settlements, and by November 2009, Metrolink paid $30 million in the lawsuit statement and several large payments for $1 million for 4 cases. Other suits against Metrolink were still going on, raising the statement of a tax of $39 million in December 2009, which closely the major of the
seriously, who taught him how to read?
Companies against the people. 11 wrong death lawsuits and 16 injured lawsuits. The SCRRA.
Look at this video, nearly 15 minutes.
Body of Metrolink
he spent at least 5 minutes breathing hard. That's all I hear.
Into San Bernardino.
Leave this man alone.
Upgrade includes
all this man alone.
Straps.
What was that?
Upgrade includes all straps.
What was that?
Crossing safer rail cars and locomotives.
Oh, I think I pulled some hair. I think I pulled some hair.
Nation's first onboard rail camera. The SCRRA is also including the nation's first positive train control high-tech system. 11 counts of
That was this guy.
murder.
Was he in the train?
Because the reason
I didn't even care.
he got into an argument with
Murder
his
Pete.
wife,
That's a website?
agreement papers and whatnot, so he decided to commit suicide. But however, he changed his mind for some reason.
Huh. Never heard of somebody that changed their mind after thinking about committing suicide.
Martin was found guilty of
Most people
11
just
counts of first-degree murder. On July 7, 2008, he heard of sentencing Lauren to start on June 26, 2008. Jefferson was found guilty
on
of
June
11 counts
26th.
of first-degree murder, and on August 20th, he was sentenced to 11 count life sentences without possibility of parole. 15 years have now passed since this crash. This crash was
Stop.
the May 2005 episode of a Law and Order type locomotive featured a train heading an automobile.
They hit Law and Order type locomotive or something. I don't even care. Whatever.
People are wondering, have they seen the last car versus train crash? Sadly, the answer was no.
Do you even need to ask that question? Oh my god. Oh my god, I didn't think I could survive that. Oh. No, don't be me. Because a lot of people wouldn't have tried it like he did, but come on, he didn't really take his time with it. Stop. Like, comment, share, subscribe. All right, see you later. Bye. See you soon. Ugh.